Dr. Eleanor Carter had dedicated her life to one goal: to create a propulsion system that could defy gravity. For years, her research on gravitics, an innovative field that merged quantum physics with general relativity, was dismissed by the scientific community. Many saw her work as a mere fantasy. But one late night, as the clock struck midnight in her underground laboratory, she proved them all wrong. Eleanor's heart raced as she watched the device she had poured every ounce of her energy into. The prototype, an unassuming disk about the size of a dinner plate, floated effortlessly above her lab bench, as if mocking gravity itself. The Gravitic Propulsion System, or GPS-1, was powered by an oscillating quantum field that manipulated space-time. The low, resonant hum filled the room, and even the fluorescent lights flickered with the energy now coursing through the air. Her assistant Raj, standing beside her, stared in awe. "Eleanor, it's working. How did you stabilize the quantum flux?" Eleanor's voice trembled with excitement as she replied, "The breakthrough came when I realized the solution wasn't in the equations of force, but in resonance. We're not just pushing against gravity, we're rewriting its rules." The news of her discovery spread quickly within the scientific community, but not everyone shared in her excitement. Days later, Eleanor stood before a room full of skeptical scientists at the International Space Symposium, the pinnacle event for cutting-edge space technology. The crowd buzzed with curiosity, but there was a visible air of doubt as Eleanor prepared to unveil her creation. Suspended inside a transparent chamber, the GPS-1 device floated serenely, defying all the laws of physics as they understood them. "Ladies and gentlemen," she began, her voice steady but full of passion, "what you're about to witness is the first controlled application of gravitic propulsion." With a press of a button, the GPS-1 ascended smoothly into the air. It hovered for a moment before zipping effortlessly to one side of the chamber with a precision that stunned everyone present. Gasps rippled through the crowd, and even the most hardened skeptics couldn't hide their astonishment. "This technology doesn't rely on traditional fuels," Eleanor continued, her confidence growing. "It manipulates gravity itself, creating motion by altering space-time. Imagine spacecraft that don't need massive rockets, or even cars that float effortlessly above the ground." While the scientific community was reeling from the possibilities, darker forces began to take notice. Eleanor soon received an encrypted email from an anonymous source, warning her, "Be cautious. Energy conglomerates won't let this change happen without a fight." Her worst fears were realized when her laboratory was raided. The next morning, Eleanor arrived to find her files stolen, her equipment destroyed. Yet, despite the setback, she refused to be intimidated. She quickly encrypted her research and sent it to trusted colleagues across the globe. "They can't stop an idea whose time has come," she told Raj as they packed up to leave. "We'll keep pushing forward." Months later, in a secret desert facility, Eleanor and her team were ready for the next step. They had successfully created the first human-scale vehicle powered by gravitic propulsion. The craft, named Icarus, was sleek and futuristic, shaped like a flattened teardrop with a soft blue glow emanating from its propulsion core. As Eleanor climbed into the cockpit, Raj's voice filled her ears. "Are you sure about this?" She gave him a reassuring smile. "If we don't push boundaries, who will?" The countdown began. As the seconds ticked away, Eleanor felt her pulse quicken. The world seemed to hold its breath. When the timer hit 0, the Icarus lifted off the ground with an elegant, almost supernatural grace, defying gravity without the roar of rocket engines. Eleanor maneuvered the craft through the air, twisting and spiraling, her heart racing with excitement. When she finally brought the Icarus back to the ground, her team erupted in cheers. They had just rewritten the future of transportation. News of the successful flight spread like wildfire. Gravitic propulsion promised to revolutionize every facet of human life: transportation, energy, and even space exploration. Governments, corporations, and private organizations scrambled to replicate the technology, each eager to understand and control it. But Eleanor, ever focused on her mission, didn't seek profit or fame. She envisioned a world where this groundbreaking technology was accessible to all, where transportation was clean, efficient, and universally available. As she watched the Icarus soar through the skies, Eleanor realized that the ripple effect of her discovery was just beginning. she had ignited a spark of innovation that would inspire generations to come. Her work would pave the way for a future where humanity could finally break free from the confines of gravity. In the years that followed, the world changed in ways Eleanor had only dreamed of. Roads were replaced by floating vehicles, and space travel became as commonplace as air travel. And when she turned 80, Eleanor stood at the launch pad, watching as the first Gravitic colony ship soared toward Proxima Centauri. Her dream had come true. Humanity was now free to reach for the stars. The world had learned a valuable lesson. What if we stopped seeing gravity as a force to conquer and started seeing it as a tool to shape our destiny? Eleanor's journey serves as a reminder that the future isn't something we wait for, it's something we create.